Would you believe it's that time already? It's Monday night, and it's time for Blissful, hosted by your very own Deborah. Blissful, here every Monday night on New Earth International. Here she is herself, your host, Deborah. And we're live with Blissful.
Hello, everyone. I'm Deborah O'Brien, and I'm the author of Bliss Behind the Mask. But I also teach a structured 10-week weight loss program, and I'd like to share a little of that with you today. Today, the lesson is called listening. Yep. Did you know that you can actually lose weight by listening? You can. Yes, studies have proven that listening is an ideal way to lose weight. So the problem is today that listening is kind of a dying art. No one is listening anymore. And you know why? We're all connected to the internet. We're running around like crazy connected to these electronic devices. And we just don't take time to sit in silence and listen. And we're missing out on so much. But where the real problem with this today is that people are eating and multitasking. And that is becoming a huge problem for obesity, because people don't pay any attention today to what they're eating. They're just eating as they go along throughout the day. And when you eat and multitask like that, you're not even aware of how much you're eating. And you're certainly not enjoying your food. You just keep eating until it's too late. Because you know something? It takes the brain 20 minutes to signal your stomach that it's full. So by the time you realize you're full, it's too late. You already ate way too much. So my recommendation for anyone who wants to lose a few pounds is just to stop to listen to your body. Because your body doesn't lie. If you listen to your body, you'll know when you're full. But you can't be listening to other things and be able to hear your body. So starting today, maybe you could start to eat mindfully. And how would you do that? Well, first of all, say a little prayer before you even eat. And, you know, if you express some gratitude before you eat, it will help you too. It really helps you to eat less when you express gratitude. So just try it. And the other thing I tell all my clients is to just take little bites and really chew. And don't swallow until you've chewed everything all the way up, till there's nothing left. And in between the bites, put down that fork. You know, you don't need it while you're chewing. Just put it down, place it right there on the table, and chew. And enjoy and savor every bite. Enjoy the flavor. Because that's what food is for. It's for your enjoyment. And you shouldn't miss out on how good it tastes. You can't really taste it if you're doing a lot of other things at the same time. So please try to be mindful when you eat. You know, I think it's really important to just sit in a chair at the table when you eat. That will slow you down, just doing that. So the next meal you have, sit in a chair and pull it up to the table and sit down and eat. Instead of sitting on the couch to eat, or standing at the refrigerator, or driving in your car, sit at a table and pretend that someone really important is right there with you. That will help you to slow down. And you will enjoy your meal when you slow down. So these are just a few little tips. And even if you just do one of them, you'll see a difference. The important thing is that you listen to your body and eat when you're hungry. You know, if you look at your watch and you say, oh, it's 12 o'clock, it's time to eat. But if you're not hungry, why eat? So just wait and eat when you're hungry. And that way, you'll be eating less and less. Because when you eat by a time and you're out somewhere, you just eat in a rush. So make the time to have a nice meal. And even if you have time to eat in silence, that's really good. When you eat in silence, you just kind of sit and listen to the sound of your food being chewed. And that kind of mindfulness keeps you very present. It just helps you out throughout the day. It's almost like eating is like a little meditation. But that might be a little too much for you. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but you could do it every once in a while. The important thing is that you connect your body to your soul and just take 5 minutes a day just to sit and listen. Do nothing else, just sit in silence and stillness and just listen. You can listen to your breath, or you could listen to the sound of your heart, or just listen to the silence. But take 5 minutes every day for yourself. You know, the greatest gift you can give yourself to lose weight is to love yourself. Self-love is really the key to weight loss. Because when you take the time to be by yourself and take the time to love yourself and nourish yourself with good meal, your life changes overnight. And you can enjoy your food. You don't have to feel guilty for eating things. So it's up to you. You can choose. If you'd like to eat in silence, that would be great. Or if you'd just like to eat without any distractions, that would be wonderful. Before we go any further, I wanted to tell you about how sometimes your weight problems are more than just weight problems. Sometimes behind the weight is a hidden issue. You could be dealing with something that you don't want to face. And sometimes God uses our struggles in life as a way to get our attention. So another good thing to do if you want to lose some weight is start to journal every day and ask yourself questions, and then just let your pen flow. But ask yourself, why have I gained this weight? What's wrong? Why can't I lose this weight? And think, have you stopped loving yourself? giving yourself? Just ask yourself these questions. It's time to stop beating yourself up. We've gotten so disconnected from our true selves that it seems like we can never get back, but we can. And that's what the eating issue is about. It's sometimes things like this happen to us. We have these problems, and the weight could really become a teacher for you, and you can learn a lesson from gaining this weight. In my book, Bliss Behind the Mask, I have a quote in here from Pema Chodron, and I just love this quote. She says that nothing ever goes away until it has taught us what we need to learn. And I find those words so true. For myself, my addictions didn't go away until I learned. And maybe the same will be for you. But if you can take time to connect with your body and your soul and find out why you're eating the way you are, you'll find the answers and you'll learn. And maybe this weight gain is just a teacher to take you on a path for transformation. It could be. And I hope so. One day, it was about 6 years ago, I had just finished a breathing session. And when I did, I went to get out of my chair and I leaned forward to get up. And in back of my left ear, I heard a loud whisper. And it was like this. Teach. And I just froze. And then in a few seconds, it did it again. And I was like, huh. Before I knew it, it did it a third time. But this time, the voice said, teach my flock. And I was like, oh. The only person I ever heard say anything about a flock was Jesus. And I just couldn't imagine that Jesus would be talking to me. And then I started thinking, I don't even like to teach. Ooh, and I don't like to talk in front of people. I hope I don't have to do this. Ooh, just the whole thought of it was making me nervous. But also, I just never would tell anybody what I heard because I thought everybody would think I was crazy. So a few years went by and I kept it a secret. And I didn't do anything about it. But it was bothering me because I knew I was supposed to. I just didn't have the courage. So a few more years went by. And one day we were in Washington going to a funeral. And I was in a taxi cab on the way from the airport to the hotel. And I was looking out the window and I saw a huge sign that said, "The time is now." Oh, and those words went right through me. And I thought, I can't keep putting this off. I'm going to have to do something about it. About what? And then when we got to the hotel, I ran into the gift shop because I needed to pick up a book. And you know those carousels the books are on? Well, I gave it a twirl and it stopped. And the rack in front of me, there was a book there facing me, like right in the eye. And it was red and white. And it said, talk so people will listen to you. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. This was just too amazing. And I knew I have to do something as soon as I get home. So the next day we got home and I went to my iPad to read my emails. And there in my email was this notice from Balboa Publishing, self-publishing company, a book publishing company. And it said, the universe wants you to share your message. Can you believe that? So I just picked up the phone and I called them up and I asked what I had to do and how I could start to write my book. And from then on, every day I wrote and finished the book in 9 months. I finally got the courage. But you know, I think back on that a lot, and I think about that day that I heard the voice ask me to teach. I never would have heard that voice if I had been not sitting there in silence, just listening. And I think God has a message for all of us. We just have to listen so we can hear him. So tonight's message, I want you to think about how you can take time to be still and listen, and how you can put listening into your life. Because I know it will change your life. And just think about, just imagine what you would look like if you started listening to your body. And just imagine how you would feel if you started listening to your soul. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful night and enjoy your dinner and enjoy every bite. Good night, and thank you for listening, and God bless you all.
You've been watching Blissful here on New Earth International.